Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the new spinoff of the D by D podcast. This is the D by D Sports Podcast. And we, coming from hanging out with Jerome Combo a few weeks ago, we decided to branch off into our own sports podcast, which we've been talking about for a while now. So I'm here tonight with Pancho Gonzalez and BJ Vincent, an old friend of mine, head of Bournemouth Park. And we here to chop it up about everything. Whatever sports you guys are into, we will talk about it. So to base it off, we're here tonight because they got an NFL season starting in 2 days, and college football week 1 just passed. So, and I know Pancho went to the LSU game this Saturday night. I passed because I wanted to watch Alabama play Florida State, and I thought Alabama looked every bit as good as Alabama looks every year.
Yeah, but hold up before you drink. We're getting this started. New season. Who that baby?
I apologize.
Yeah, fucking who that baby? We ain't 7-9 this year. I promise you that.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate situation why LSU and BYU had to relocate because of the Houston flood. It was supposed to be held over there in Houston, so we got a Superdome got a treat because of a tragedy. So sending our prayers out to Houston. We got.
How was the crowd tonight?
The crowd was full. I think 60,000 was the crowd, but outside probably had about 200,000. But usually that's the way LSU usually rolls. There's more people tailgating than.
I mean, it was in New Orleans. It's not a Baton Rouge game, but it's going to be in Texas now. It's in New Orleans, so
it's a last minute deal.
Yeah, I mean, you probably had every 10 BYU fans was 100 LSU fans, so it was a home game, true and true.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you this: I've heard people talk about this LSU game. Oh, the offense didn't look that spectacular. Oh, it looked like a systematic this. An offense like that, a team like that's not going to be able to beat Alabama. But it's BYU, and you were dominating them the whole game. Why show anything?
They didn't cross the 50-yard line.
How great of a stat is that? Like,
well, LSU deserved to stop a team in the Superdome for hitting the 50-yard line.
It almost became like BYU wasn't even trying to score a touchdown anymore. BYU was just trying to get to the 50. And when you can make a team so one-dimensional like that, how's that not an incredible game? So big ups to LSU and Coach O in his first official head coach win.
Yeah. Well, they said Matt Canada. He didn't want to show much when you take over.
You always can't show your weapons. Darius, guys, he is what he is. He's labeled better than Fournette, and he's probably more. I'd say he's a humble guy. Fournette kind of last season kind of sat out most of the season.
I can understand that though.
I mean, but you got a boatload of other guys, man. Your teammates counting on you. I mean, I know you got to put your money first and your family first, but again, your family is your peers, the guy standing next to your left and your right of you on the field sometimes,
And I get it, and I'm totally like you. I think it's all about the teammates, especially at the college level. But when you're somebody like Leonard Fournette, who has been that dominant teammate since probably middle school, like. He's always been that guy. If you have minor injuries, why not rest it? Because you're going to the next level. And I think coaching staffs understand that. And I think LSU wasn't in any bad positions when Fournette didn't play. Because you had somebody like Higgnz. I think it was easy for Fournette to do what he did. So I can understand that too. So,
yeah, I don't think it hurt the team that much last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Normally I'm a team person, but I can understand that one.
And he had knick-knack injuries, and he's supposed to be top running back off the board. So, any other college football you guys watch? You guys watch the UCLA Texas A&M game? It just sucks that he went
to the Jets, and the Jaguars. I just don't want to get off subject. We'll get back to that.
You watched the A&M UCLA game the other night?
Yeah, they saying it's one of the biggest.
Falcons fans was having PTSD.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You watched the game?
The fact that the Falcons
did that one.
Falcons did blow a 28-3 lead.
A&M jumped out 44-10 on UCLA. UCLA came back and beat them 45-44.
4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, I believe it was.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. But again,
it was literally at the same time, the 2:06 mark in the third quarter, when UCLA scored a touchdown. It's the same time New England scored their touchdown to start making their way back in the game.
See, opening day, I was working all day. So I had my sights on 2 games, which were the 2 biggest games to me that night, which was Florida State and Alabama.
and then
LSU and BYU for natural reasons. So that's the two that I watched, and both of them were incredible games.
But that game was Sunday night. It's hard to tell the Sunday night games because you're not used to them. They had that Sunday night, and they had Virginia Tech was playing West Virginia.
Yeah, Florida State's quarterback.
But it's hard to find them games too. It was on Fox Sports or something like that.
ESPN Ocho.
Yeah, the Ocho.
The Florida State quarterback's out for the season.
I have to cut you off.
No. So he's out. Alabama's
Francois. That's his name.
Out for the season. Alabama's two starting linebackers are out for the season. So but Alabama.
B.J. Johnson said, "Who that?"
Who that?
And Cliff said, "What up? What up, Cliff?"
What up, Cliff? And double on that. Who that? Week 1. Let's go.
So, overall LSU game experience was very pleasing. I enjoyed it. Was it a Saints game? Absolutely not. I'm twice the Saints fan as I'm an LSU fan. Got my own reasoning behind it. Again, it is what it is. I hope LSU wins. Do I bleed it? No.
Who they play this week?
Chattanooga, Tennessee, or something like that.
It's another tune-up game. Is exactly what it is. You're gonna get another big slam of running. You're gonna get a systematic Etlin where it's nothing that he's trying to push the ball or force the ball. It's gonna be a smart game. It's a tune-up. You're not gonna really see this true LSU team till week 3. But as far as what the defense was on point, the offense looked incredible. I'm ready. I think LSU's got a great team this year.
Well, Etlin can use the confidence too.
What he went 14 for 17. I know that wasn't the game stats because his boy came in for that play, but he was just. What he went 176 yards, I think. 14 to 17. That's not bad. He only threw 17 times. He almost had 200 yards. I'll take it every day. No touchdowns, but do you really need passing touchdowns when you got Williams and Geis?
No.
And it's BYU. It was what it was. They did what they were supposed to do. It was a great game.
Yeah, I don't think
defense showed up. So
I had Auburn. I didn't see Auburn either. You never seen them. So I'm just worried about teams they got to play coming up. Because a lot of people are on Auburn for to win it all. To challenge Alabama. Nobody's really saying LSU.
I'd rather play Auburn than Alabama any day.
Most people would.
Yeah, well, from where I grew up, man, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. So,
woo!
So I take the easy way out. To be a hard.
There's no such thing as an easy way out when 4 teams making it college football. So if the easy way out is getting a 4 spot in, I'll take it every year.
Rocky Ford told you there was no easy way out.
I can hear it playing right now.
So we're moving on to
opening weekend. NFL
or
National Football League.
Saints.
Pum, 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 pum.
Going back. Well, not going back. Going to Minnesota.
Shout out to your boys going to Minnesota.
Yeah, Richie. Yeah, DJ Rich got easy. All y'all going to Minnesota. I didn't know till the last minute, till last weekend. I kind of left out the loop. But I'm pretty sure I'll make try to get Pat going to one away game. And
we got to do a sports podcast on the road.
Yeah.
Set up in front of the stadium.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how we feel week 1.
So we got AP going back to Minnesota. And from what he's saying, he wants to rock. So from what they're saying, him and Ingram is co-starting, which is odd that Peyton would put that out there because that's not a Peyton-type move.
Peyton doesn't put shit out.
He tells you, here's my starting there. But he basically said they co-starting. But AP made a point that he wants to rock. He wants to run the ball. He honestly has an agenda or he has something to prove.
Which makes for a great New Orleans storyline. You know what I'm saying? AP's with the Saints. He's going to run all over the Vikings. But one thing you can't forget is the Vikings defense really is no joke. Yeah, that's a good team.
Neither is New Orleans offense. You kind of
I like that home twist right there for sure. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not putting my eggs in this Adrian Peterson going out there and rushing for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think Peterson with the Saints is very limited. I'm not
the same guy he was.
I think he's more of a diversion in our system. I'm not saying he's going to be a great running back with us, so we can't put him in the right situations. I just don't think AP's got any more 200-yard, 3-touchdown games in him anymore. And so I kind of handle my expectations.
And running back, yes, he's old, but
Mileage, so yeah, when he gets it.
Yeah, but he's been. Yeah, I mean the injuries have kind of might take a toll on him, but AP's AP. He did return back from ACL in 6 months.
Record time, yeah.
6 months. I mean that's pretty much unheard of, and he dominated.
I actually think it's a robot league at this point.
So
he's terminated.
So he
all we need to do is get AP a Harley and a leather jacket now, huh?
I believe.
Give me your clothes.
I believe AP will have probably 150 to 160.
You call
Monday night?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I will say this: the Saints do some incredible things on primetime games.
Usually in the dome, though.
I just don't know if it's AP going 150. It's tough.
I can see this game. Look, all my betting people bet the under on the Saints.
First of all, you can't. When you played the Vikings, you could put 8 in the box with AP in the backfield. You could put 8 in the box because you know they wasn't going to throw the ball to you.
Nobody's going to put 8 in the box against Drew Brees.
All right, so what does that do now? So what does that do for your running back?
You think?
Which is why I think he's more the virgin back. I put AP this year, and there's a little thing for you fantasy players, but I know if this is a slow or reachable stat. But my prediction with AP, I'm capping him at 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. So if he goes 150 in the first game, I mean, we already getting
an injury coming up.
Yeah, we getting.
Well, is he going to get the touches to get 150 with Ingram?
Absolutely. I say he gets him 18.
I don't know. I mean,
I say probably he gets about 18 touches, maybe 15, 18 touches.
Hit us up with y'all thoughts, just like the D-by-D podcast. The sports podcast is interactive.
Y'all ask the questions. We got ask Pat.
Ask Paul too.
BJ.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ponch. Well, let's start the argument with that. Y'all ask the questions though. Anything you want to know, we'll definitely chat about it. But your talk with AP thinking he's going to have 18 touches. I mean, we're forgetting that Mark Ingram was a 1,000-yard rusher last year. Mm-hmm. Are you going to abandon Mark Ingram being a 1,000-yard rusher to get half of the touches he's going to get to AP?
Let's say your average running plays per game is how many?
I mean, in a Sean Payton offense, you probably 30, 40.
Okay, so you give 18 to AP, you give 15 to Ingram, and pretty sure Kamara is going to get.
You say AP gets more touches than Ingram?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a reach.
Chris Graffinino?
Yep.
Said 12 to 15 touches tops.
For AP or Ingram?
He got to be talking about AP.
Yeah, we're talking about AP. You just brought Ingram up just now.
I actually think
Joshua Alfonso says we stick with Ingram and leave it, but have AP ready. Kind of use him in that Chris Ivory role.
AP is going to turn into like a sweat. It's going to be a new making of kind of like a Sproles. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to use Sproles in them little swing out plays or.
And we wanted CJ Spiller for.
And I really think, that's what AP's did. Because when AP's on the field, somebody's going to be man-on-man on AP. We know that already. You're not going to play a zone with AP in the backfield. Drew Brees would give him the rock 7 to 8 yards every time.
I would take AP or Sproles any day of the week. So to even compare them.
Well, no. I'm just saying they were both backs in the system. I think he's going to look more like a Sproles role. So what I'm getting to. I'm not saying he looks like Sproles. What I'm saying is he's going to be more in a Sproles role than he will an Ingram role.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His touches are going to be /handoff /screens. I mean, it is what it's called the way you want. He's going to get them touch. He's going to get 18 touches at least. Ingram gets 15, 16 touches.
I wouldn't be surprised if his receiving is as much as his rushing.
So with that theory, Pancho,
put the ball in his hand.
With that theory, you saying Drew Brees is going to get less throwing, less passes,
not gonna
attempts.
You got Drew Brees airing it out. You're going to pass more than you run every game.
With 18 plus 15, that's 33 with 2 backs right there.
That's told you,
we run what? How many plays we run a game? In the 60s?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, depending on the game. But, I mean, if you want to say a safe number.
Say 60. So that's 27 passes. You think Brees is only throwing 27 passes? 27 to 35 passes?
No, Drew Brees throws like 35, 40.
Yeah, he's in the 40s.
So it depends where you pass. I mean, where he scores at. I mean,
who you playing?
I
mean, you got to look at a lot to say that. I just don't see him
playing Atlanta. He's on the ball 45.
How do you not run the ball down?
I realistically.
This particular game.
I give AP 6 to 8 touches.
No. between this game, you're gonna run the ball. AP gonna run the ball down Vikings through.
I'll go with
You really
I'll
think
go with
you're gonna
Chris.
run
I'll
it?
say 12 to 15. I'll go with Chris.
You really
All
think
right.
you're going to run the ball on that Vikings defensive line?
Absolutely.
Vikings are a stout
You
if
gotta
you face
respect the pass.
defense.
First, you don't even worry about the run. You gotta respect the pass. You got to assume Drew Brees can throw the ball.
Yeah, and you have to establish the run.
But you have to respect. No, other teams got to respect the pass first. So you can't. You try to stack the box, dude. You're in a boatload of trouble. You're in so much trouble, dude. I mean, it's gonna go over the top, especially with you got your Ted Ginn running down the sideline. You got your Michael Thomas running down the sideline. You know, you got
Well, regardless, I think it's a good thing to touch. Like, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he does run for 150. I'm a Saints fan too. You know, like I want to go out there and blow Minnesota up. But do I see it happen? And no, I think the true story more of this game is it going to be the Saints offense against the Vikings defense? I think it's going to be more of the Saints defense versus the Vikings offense.
There we go. Let's go into the Saints defense now.
Yep.
I mean, all the I don't know what translates into from preseason to regular season, but I do believe that defensive penetration on the line, penetration we was getting in the preseason, I do think that translates. I'm not so sure about I know the DBs were playing lights out.
Week 3, you were leading the NFL in preseason sacks. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. The way I think that could penetrate. All it is man on man.
Well, how that doesn't get you excited as a Saints fan going 7-9 3 years and in preseason get 12 sacks in 3 weeks?
That reminds me a lot of that what's that, the 2013 team? The year after the Bounty Gate suspensions. That we went to the playoffs. We beat Philadelphia that year. That team had a good defense. They were getting penetration with just shooting forward.
Okay, Chris said Brees' worst passing season was the year he won a Super Bowl. So I mean, I take that defense.
Still pretty good. Yeah, it's still really good.
I'll take the worst Breeze any year than I would like a good Carson Palmer. You know, it's just Breeze can do no harm. Even his bad days are actually good statistic days. Like we've been spoiled with Drew Brees for the last 11 years now, huh?
Yeah, worst Breeze is like Giselle Bundchen without makeup on. We were still gonna take it. Tom Brady's wife.
Yeah, Lou Jacobson, which is Karaoke Lou.
Saying, Karaoke Lou said,
"What's up, Lou?
If the D can stop Bradford, we can get the W."
Absolutely, that's how I feel.
I mean, they're coming down to what Dalvin Cook is the rookie. That's what
They saying really good things about Dalvin Cook, and I've been hearing a lot of people talk about this kid. Like they saying he kind of fits the system, he's molded into it, and I could buy onto that to a sense. I really can. You know, you see good athletes, you think, oh, they're gonna do, but it's the NFL, so you never know how a rookie's gonna really take to a situation or to week one. It's not preseason. You know what I'm saying? Like preseason, you're trying to make the right plays. You're trying to, get in the rhythm. It's more about building a team or trying to make the team. Week one, you on the team, it's a different ballgame.
One thing the Saints are known for is rookies coming out parties.
I don't think here's the thing. If we had the same defense we had last year, the last 2 years, I would actually kind of say, you know what, there might be a little bit of truth to it. But watching this preseason Saints defense play, the most impressive thing is that we actually moving on the ball.
That's what I'm saying. We've been getting penetration.
Like a lot of times in the past, we need better cornerbacks. We better cornerbacks. And trust me, I was one of those saying that too. But when you really think about it, what we were missing was a rush to the quarterback. If you have a defensive line and linebacker core that can stop the run and get to the quarterback, you can have us as the cornerback to the Saints, and all we got to do is hold somebody for 5 seconds.
So we're talking about linebackers and defense. They had their cuts this past couple of days. There are a lot of people had an uproar about one of the biggest cuts was Big Hill, the linebacker. He was a beast. I mean, yes, he's not.
Look
a
at the
big
linebacker core we got though.
So they kept Stephon Anthony.
Gave him one more year.
I mean,
I can kind of see because his rookie year was great.
Yeah, good rookie year.
But really, after that, when it changed to Dennis Allen, is when you stop seeing Stephon Anthony. So is it something going on off the field? We know on the field he can play.
Health. He's not healthy.
I mean, but you kept more linebackers this year than you had in the last 3 years put all together. Like, I think linebacker, we'd more set at that position right now than we've been probably the last 5 years. Now I'm not going to go talk about no Dome Patrol or nothing like that. It ain't.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
We're not bringing 88 back.
Not there yet, but it looks good this year.
So
Willie Snead being suspended, how do you think that's going to affect our offense a little bit?
None.
Yeah,
Who's stepping up?
We can find Willie Snead out there.
Here's the thing, and I really hope he does. Tommy Lee Lewis, and I'll say I love Willie Snead. And when Snead kind of filled that role after Lance Moore kind of disappeared, and that's the first thing everybody's like, it feels like you have Lance Moore back. But then you realize Willie Snead brought a different aspect to the game. Willie Snead to me, I think is a great route runner, clutch hands, just like Lance Moore was, but I think he has a little bit more to him than Lance Moore did, But Tommy Lee Lewis, every time he has touched the ball in a preseason game, like, what's Bobby Hebert saying all the time? Shout out to Bobby Hebert. What have you done for me lately? I listen to that show a lot. And Tommy Lee Lewis, every time he touches the ball, does something incredible. Look what he did this preseason. So if Snead has to sit and we can plug in a Tommy Lee Lewis, I don't think we lose anything. That kid's great. I'm a Tommy Lee Lewis fan.
Yeah, when I went to practice, he was catching everything within fingertips reach. He was a camp favorite, even in preseason.
He's been a camp favorite for like 2 years now.
He did good last year.
And so I think this could be Coleman's last hurrah if he doesn't show up. So Coleman.
Why? Because of Ted Ginn?
No, hands are stunning, man.
Well, Ted Ginn.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not going to get. I think you get more speed burst with Ted Ginn, but that's Ted Ginn's failure too.
At what point, dude? Coleman's a 6'5", 6'6", dude.
To be honest, when we got Ted Ginn, I realistically thought he was going to be a special teams player. I thought this kid was going to be more of the punt return, kick return. So in preseason, I was really surprised to get a lot of action out of him. And I like what I've seen. I think he did a really good job. His speed's definitely going to help. I think it's only going to make Mike Thomas even better. And trust me, Brandon Coleman's going to get some snaps. One thing I think the Saints are really good at this year, a good position-wise, just like linebacker, is wide receiver. Even on the practice squad, I don't know if many people know this, we just picked up McCaffrey, the running back. We picked up Max McCaffrey, and a lot of Green Bay fans were actually pissed off that they let him go. They wanted to sign him to his practice squad. Apparently, he was one of the fan favorites out there and was doing incredible.
Well, his dad was an absolute beast for the Broncos. Easy Ed McCaffrey. So, it's in the genes, I guess.
I'll take it. That's another.
Well, we got a lot of fanfare. We got Mike Mowdy. We got McCaffrey just showed up. We got Tommy Lee Lewis.
All right, we got some.
And we also got
Chris called Tommy Lee Lewis the U.S. Marshal.
I like that. That's a good nickname, the Marshal, right there.
Well, you named like Tommy Lee Jones, the U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, in the movie Fugitive.
Yeah.
That's where he's going with it, I think.
Karaoke Lou said Kamara's going to be the real deal. He's special. Absolutely. But Lou,
Richie Fleming said this is the worst wide receiver coach we've had under Sean Payton.
What?
Let's talk about the Kamara.
So, well, let's break that down. Let's break down this comment. We'll go to Kamara. Well, Richie said this is the weakest. I don't say worst. Weakest. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
That we've had in years?
Yeah.
Under Sean Payton. So
first off, I would go ahead, Punch.
Who was Willie Snead? Who was Brandon Coleman? Who was Lance Moore? Who was? Joe Horn came with a little bit of hype, but who was
Colston?
Who was these guys? A product of the system. You leave
the ones we did get high.
Yeah,
the ones we did get high didn't pay
out. It doesn't matter how the wide receiver coach. Here's my take on this. It doesn't matter who the wide receiver core is for New Orleans Saints because you have somebody named Drew Brees. Drew Brees makes players better. A good instance of that, Robert Meacham. Robert Meacham did an incredible job when he was here with Drew Brees, went and chased the money at San Diego. What happened to him? Fell off the NFL map. He came back, lost a step, wasn't able to stay on the team. Yeah,
But he was the first round pick, right? The seventh round
Stalwart, yeah. Colston, when he went in the draft, all of these people looking over. Now, do you get diamonds in the rough? Yes. Was Colston a diamond in the rough? 100% absolutely. Is the Saints Hall of Fame player? Yes. Is the NFL Hall of Fame player? No. He's not going to make it there. I hate to bust everybody's bubble. But it's Drew Brees who makes plays great. Jimmy Graham.
Hey, look at Jimmy Graham. I'm about to get
well, just Jimmy Graham, incredible. Goes to Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees makes him great. And to say that to say that Mike Thomas isn't going to be incredible. Like Mike, I think with Mike Thomas, you're starting to see the emergence of like one of these next great wide receivers, and it just so happens to be on the Saints. His rookie year was incredible. The kid runs routes. The kid goes up and gets the ball. The kid moves to the ball. The kid catches everything. What he does like hand yoga to work the muscles in his hands, Coleman, I think, is probably, you could say, Coleman again, all right, there's your weak links, But Coleman really stepped up last year and did a decent job. And if he can balance that, just like he did last year, we find. And with Willie Snead and Tommy Lee Lewis, I think this is not the worst. I think
there's no depth.
I think we have more upside than we have downside here.
There's no depth. I'm not even going to say it, but I'm not going to even go there.
Say it.
Say it. That's what we do.
Go there.
I'm not jinxing anybody. So,
all right, don't
what
jinx.
If one of our receivers happen to go down? What do you mean?
Why you said that?
You know what I'm saying? So Snead is down right now.
Why you gotta say that?
So you got Tommy Lee Lewis and you got Brandon Coleman. Are they making anybody else's roster?
Well, first off, hold on.
Are they gonna make?
If you went back 3 years, if you say it's the worst, the last 3 years, who was outside of whoever was on the team that we could rely on that wasn't a starter? It wasn't. It's not like you had many options.
When you got rid of Cooks, took a big hit.
Yeah, you did. Talent-wise, you took a big hit. You really did. But I don't think Cooks fit into the New Orleans system. I think the Lance Moores, the Willie Sneads, the Tommy Lee Lewises fit in a lot more to the system than Brandon Cooks did. Brandon Cooks, he's a small receiver, but he's not a slot receiver.
He plays big.
He plays big.
Yeah, Chris said that Michael Thomas is everything that we hope Brandon Coleman would be. Same height, same talent.
Brandon Coleman didn't have much height, huh?
Brandon Coleman's tall,
he had height.
But here's the thing, Brandon Coleman, I think when we first drafted him.
What was drafted?
Yeah, he had flashes. He had flashes in training camp, but I think a lot of the people talking about, he couldn't learn the playbook, or he wasn't. I think he had problems. Yeah,
he had hard hands. He couldn't.
And you don't see any of that at Thomas. So to say, they're the same height, I think it's two completely different players. I think the Saints are one of the luckiest teams to scoop up Thomas. Because I guarantee if Thomas would go to any other team with a decent quarterback, he's going to be the eventual number one wide receiver. I really feel that strong about Mike Thomas. It's
strong enough to take him with the 5th pick in your fantasy.
Jimmy just checked in, so we got some people checking in.
Shout out to Jimmy, man. He hung with us all night the other night. We appreciate you, Jimmy.
Shoot some more questions out here. Let us get some questions. We're going to touch some fantasy on in a few minutes. We're going to touch with some our own predictions for the NFC division and AFC division.
Hit us up with y'all fantasy, y'all top pick.
Yeah, look.
Let us know.
And even if we talking to fantasy, if you got any fantasy questions I got this running back and this running back, who do I start?
Yeah.
Now, I think we all pretty much know, and we can help it break it down.
Again, we're not experts by any damn means.
I don't know. I'm kind of an expert.
BG's the expert.
Right here. No.
I would start Bo Jackson.
I don't want to say expert, but I'll tell you what.
Pat is not paying us enough to become experts.
And I'm really proud of this. I feel this is, and I know some people have been playing fantasy.
We're talking about Big Hill. You guys brought up Big Hill. Y'all can go.
Yeah, I want Adam Big Hill not making a 53-man roster. That again, I don't know if you wanted if you read up on it, if you Big Hill.
We were deep
he is
the linebacker, but
he is this back in the day with the Steve Gleason of he is the hype. Everybody's behind this Big Hill cat right now.
He's underdog.
Yeah, he's under, but he showed up.
Right.
The defensive line, the Muhammad was named.
Usually when you get down,
8 sacks this preseason.
But
that's fine. But usually when you get down to the 52nd, 53rd man in the roster, like Big Hill would have been, how was he on special teams? That's
I was right to hint at that. What else can you do? But when you have a linebacker core like we do, and as much as, even though you are really impressive, can you hold up past the impression state and hold on?
Right.
And those people making those decisions see a whole lot more than we do.
A bunch of guys drinking Bud Lights and Coolers.
Yeah, he could have been towel slapping fucking Sean Payton in the ass while he's trying to take a shower. For all we know,
How you doing, man?
And Big L, I'm not saying that if you ever watch this. I'm not saying that was happening, But
you know what's on his mind,
Well, let's talk about the division in general, just the competition. Is the NFC South the toughest division?
Let's hold off on the NFC South because I feel like that's going to be a good heated. I'm going to get into that one. I'd rather, if we're going to talk NFL divisions, let's run through AFC.
You want to save the South for last?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be the last.
Let's start off our AFC East.
AFC East.
So we're ranking the
Who's second, third, and fourth in the AFC.
We're ranking the AFC East. So shoot us yours first, second, third, and fourth in the AFC East right now, and we'll relay that and give you all.
It's obvious, you know, who everybody's number one is going to be.
Yeah, who's 2, 3, and 4?
So
I think that's pretty easy too. I mean, the number one's obvious.
I got Miami. Huh? I picked Miami a second. I don't have anything written down.
So we got the Pats going first. I got the Pats going first.
Pats is definitely winning that division.
Where you at?
I would say
the Pats.
I got the Jets.
Well, you know, Pat's gonna go with the Pats, so that's obvious. So the second, we got the Dolphins.
Which is their record?
We got the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Jets left.
Pats?
Yeah.
13 wins.
I give them a bottom line of 12-4 this year.
They just got another weapon, Dorsett. When Edelman
Tony Dorsett?
No. Edelman going down is a big blow, but
is it really when you got Brandon Cooks?
But you just picked up Dorsett, so and yes, sir.
I'm with Chris. I got
Amendola still.
I think Brandon Cooks fits the Pats system more because they're not going to use him as much as a strict slot. He's gonna roam around the field, kind of like they did with every. Like you can go back to who's now supposed to step in that? Is Amendola taking that spot? And Edelman went down.
Chris Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan. I mean, so
he's white. You know, they all.
Well, I'm saying you don't have that stereotypical 6'5" receiver. You got these little slot receivers that move all over the field in New England. Yep. Brandon Cooks is going to be more of a threat than Chris Hogan.
Who y'all got a second? I got Miami.
I got the Dolphins.
I think Miami's had a good defense.
Well, I kind of have a tie up right now between the Dolphins and actually the Bills. I really think the Dolphins are going to be kind of and the Bills are going to be around a 7-9, 8-18 this year. That's where I kind of got it. So you could go back and forth. If I had to put one in front, I would say the Dolphins, but it's not by much. But it still makes me weird.
Do you think Cutler's?
I mean,
he's just coming to get this check.
What Cutler shows up?
Yeah, I mean, he could be just coming to get this check.
Personally, I would have went after a different quarterback option than Cutler. You want my honest opinion?
You went after Kaepernick?
I think if I'm Miami Dolphins, I would have went after Kaepernick before I went after Cutler. And the only reason I say that is because whatever off-field issues you had, I think that's a completely different subject we don't really need to get on. But if we were looking at...
Check that out on the D by D podcast.
Yeah, if we were just looking at NFL stats, Kaepernick, I think, brings a little bit more to the table than Cutler does at this point. So if I was Miami Dolphins, I would have looked elsewhere.
Well, they say the difference is because Adam Gates, the coach of the Dolphins, is familiar with Cutler. You know, he coached.
What, familiar with him throwing 25 interceptions when he was in Chicago?
He said Cutler's best year in Chicago was under Adam Gates.
Yeah, well, I mean, best year.
I'm not trying to make excuses.
That's the thing with Cutler, though. You look at best year.
Yeah,
it's like it really depends on what Cutler you get.
That's one of your best examples of wasted talent. Like Cutler's the Jeff George of our generation.
Well, that's why I think I'll give the Dolphins a little bit of edge because they got more offensive weapons. But them and the Bills are what we all agree the Jets is probably the last in this division.
So we got Pats, say Dolphins, Bills, and Jets.
I think the Jets, the most they win this year is 5 games.
All right, so we got to go to the West, the AFC West. We got in the division. We got
that could be a.
We got the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Broncos.
I'm going Raiders with the Raiders won this division.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs will win it again. But I mean, the Raiders are up there.
I got the Chiefs also on that, man. I got the Chiefs going first.
Yeah, I would take the Chiefs at 11.
It's funny. I actually had the Raiders going first, and I give the Raiders like a 10-6 year, and I give the Chiefs a 9-7.
I don't think the Raiders have a good enough defense.
Chiefs got the defense, man.
Chiefs got the defense, but the Raiders bring new options this year.
Shout out to Jerome with the Raiders.
I think Carl's going to have a lot better year. You got a couple new moves into that offense. I think it's interesting. And to be honest with you, what interests me the most is Marshawn Lynch playing in Oakland. But Oakland's last year ever. You know, I think it's kind of – to me, that makes more of a dream story than AP playing against the Vikings. It's more of a dream story for Marshawn Lynch to play for the Oakland Raiders because that's where he's from.
What you think about Broncos getting Brock Osweiler back?
He knows the system
for like $700,000.
Well,
Cleveland's got to pay him $50
How smart is Elway with that? Like, you kind of got rid of him and got him back for nothing.
Well, not really got rid of him. He just didn't entertain the money that Houston offering him.
Richie said Hunt makes a big difference in KC. You must have him on your fantasy team, Richie.
Kareem Hunt does, but let's be honest. I mean, Kareem Hunt was a number 2.
Let me ask y'all this.
For a reason.
Let me ask
Is
everybody.
he good? Does he have upside? Absolutely, 100%.
I want to ask Richie and you guys this. Have you guys seen Kareem Hunt play in college?
No.
I've never heard of him before. 2 weeks ago when what's his name got hurt, the LSU kid, Spencer Ware.
Well,
Like they
Richie,
telling us.
Richie's a USC guy. He can tell you whatever you want about.
Oh, Kareem Hunt went to USC?
No, but I'm saying Richie can tell you anything about USC. That's what.
But
Richie's
the point I'm making is, though.
How about UCLA, Richie? A big comeback the other night. You guys
Yeah,
heard about
true.
UCLA?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Wah.
So I got the Chiefs going first. You got who going first?
So I got the Raiders going first, but I had the Chiefs right behind. So I got the Raiders kind of a 10-6 and the Chiefs a 9-7 this year.
So I got the Chiefs and the Raiders going first and second.
I got that. Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos, Chargers.
I got Chargers.
Yeah.
Chargers.
I got the Chargers and the Broncos finishing up last.
Well, if we go in order, I think the Broncos is going to have about an 8-8 year.
Who's
8-8
quarterbacking?
Well, that's the big issue. Who's quarterbacking? Does Demaryius Thomas show up? Who's really running the ball? It's going to be
Does Jamal Charles show up?
no.
No, I think CJ
Yeah,
Anderson knows.
and it's ironic. Here's the crazy thing for me. I got the Chargers as a 7-9 year, and I really like Rivers. Like Rivers always has these great stats. So even if you got Rivers on a fantasy league, don't be scared that I think he's going 7-9. Rivers is still going to get you top 5 fantasy points.
You watched
But I got him losing the division with the
Again,
Chargers.
They kicked the Saints' ass in the QB challenge when they went out there. Did you watch that on Twitter?
I mean, a QB challenge. What is that now? You know what I'm saying? Get this red dot 30 yards away that some girl
The QB challenge
with a Gatorade shirt running with. Like,
was more exciting than the preseason games.
Yeah, we got Richie's chiming in. So Richie is going to Minnesota. So Richie, we're gonna have you on. Come on and talk about your experience going to Minnesota. So take some notes, man, and when you come back, we're gonna definitely ask you about that. You get to come on. And talk about
as long as we win, fucking who that? Like I can't wait for week 1.
Share the podcast.
I can't wait for
don't
week
let
1.
Easy get too fucking drunk. You have to babysit his ass all day long because Easy.
Yeah, we don't want to hear babysitting stories.
Yeah,
we want to hear.
Easy gets a little toasted.
Yeah, we want to hear who that stories.
Yeah, we want to hear who that story.
Hey, you're going to Minnesota.
So we got
you're going to Minnesota, don't you know? Just know this, that the food's going to suck when you go there.
Right.
I mean, you can't go really no further north. Everything's going to be bland.
They had the biggest mall in America, though, right?
Yeah, let's go to the biggest mall in America. That's the greatest place to go after a Saints game is the mall. Like, that's what makes New Orleans the coolest. To me, if I wasn't a New Orleanian, if I didn't live in St. Bernard,
I'm
10 minutes outside the city.
Hey, is Richie single?
No, he's married.
Oh, sorry, Richie. You won't
So
know.
I did go.
Shoot, where you go with that?
Oh, fuck Pat, huh?
Yeah, fuck podcast.
No, so I've been to, I travel to a away game every year. I've been to 2 different malls. I went to Atlanta and spotted half the same thing in Atlanta.
I'll never go to Atlanta, ever. I don't give a shit. I was just saying to play the Super Bowl in Atlanta. I'll never go to Atlanta. Fuck everything Atlanta. I can't stand Atlanta.
Everyone.
I hate the words rise up or uprise or however you want to put it. I don't want to hear anything about them.
It rose up.
He's a big
in the
fourth
fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. You know that.
I was gonna say he's a big Outcast fan.
No, I mean, I'm such a diehard Saints fan. I can't. It's hard for me to talk about anything Atlanta. Now, when we get in a fantasy, naturally, I'll break down, that. But fuck Atlanta.
I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Carolina, and I've
Fuck
been to
the
Tampa.
dirty
All right,
Birds.
let's move.
So I've done that. I want to go where the hostilities at. I wanna
AFC
go
South.
No, AFC North. Let's go to
AFC
that.
North. I apologize.
That's a better one right now.
So we got in the division, we got the Steelers, the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all, or I don't know if we all, but
Number 1, I mean,
Yeah, you gotta
this
go
is
with
an
the Steelers.
obvious one for the Division 2.
Yeah.
Steelers take the division.
We got it. I'm going with the Steelers.
I think Steelers. And here's a crazy thing: I give Steelers right now a safe 10-6 season, but I really think the Steelers could be more or less like this 3rd overall team for a sneaky run this
Super
year.
Bowl.
If I had to put it in that order, I give the Pats number 1, Green Bay number 2, and I think the Steelers I get that number 3. Even though I said they have a 10-6, I think the Steelers have that really good sneaky Super Bowl run year this year.
Well, I have a question about the Steelers. If their offense is so potent, they got Antonio Brown, they got Martavius Bryant coming back,
AB.
they got Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, I'm about to say
But how come?
that name should have came right after Antonio Bryant.
Well, I wanted to go receivers and work my way back, but Ben Roethlisberger doesn't go high in fantasy. Why is that?
Because you got Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
That is like that. Just
there's a player.
You run the ball half the game to Le'Veon, you pass.
But you arguably have the best receiver in the game too. I mean, you could argue Antonio Brown.
So Richie's saying they have the best receiver and the best running back in the league.
Imagine if Drew Brees played that. They go to the Super Bowl every year. It'd be the new Tom Brady, you know?
Right.
But they have a backup running back who's a rookie who I think could possibly be the best rookie running back, if not the top 2 running backs in this year's.
In Pittsburgh?
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but he probably won't get the carries. You won't know if he's going to be the best running back.
He's an injury away.
Oh, well, you got to bank on that. I mean, he's not going to get the starts.
Le'Veon Bell to me is not an injury away. He's a suspension away before he's an injury away. He's really been consistent.
He's a blown away.
James Conner, man. James Conner, I think he's the truth. If you have a dynasty league, pick up James Conner.
To be honest with you, I can tell you what. Didn't he go to Pittsburgh?
I couldn't tell you.
I think he's from there, yeah.
So I think James Conner is
ask me why I know that.
It's a real deal.
Who's number 2 in the division? Off the Steelers. Who's number 2?
The Bengals. I got the Bengals going 2.
I got the Ravens.
I mean, you got Joe Mixon in the mix, rookie. You got.
And here's the thing with Joe Mixon. Yeah,
if he's not suspended,
I think his immersion on this team is going to be dependent on if Hill or Giovanni Bernard is hurt.
Bernard's probably third in it. I mean, it's.
I think Bernard, your pass. He's more of your pass back that they're using that system. Where Jeremy Hill, big shout out to LSU boy, is a monster. He's more or less your first, second down back. But if one of them are hurt, I don't know if Mixon steals that role. I think I read a report today that Mixon got dropped down to the 3rd in the depth chart.
Well, he had a fumble in the preseason, so I mean, I don't know where that puts him at. If does it hold weight? I don't know. So
heard he's 3rd in the depth chart.
So
is LSU DBU or is it RBU?
And look, now that they moved 3rd in the depth chart, I'll tell all y'all right now. I'm in a 12-man PPR league. Mixon was one of my pickups. I'm already looking elsewhere. You know, I'm trying to find somebody that's worth that. Maybe got dropped after the draft.
Just trying. You gonna sit on Mixon? You gonna cut?
Well, here's the funny. Giovanni Bernard's still available in the league, so I got a couple of options there. So I'm looking at it. I'm not putting my eggs in a Joe Mixon basket yet.
So obviously, you had the Bengals too, Boncho?
Yeah, I got the Bengals going 2nd.
So I had Baltimore.
I have Baltimore going 2nd as well. Now, I think they're both top or they're good average. Both of them I give like a 9-7 season to. But I think I give a little bit of edge to Baltimore.
I like the Bengals defense.
I think
that depends if Vontae Burfict, which is suspended.
I think the Bengals rely on McCarron. Not McCarron. Dalton.
The Red Rocket.
Backup. I think the Bengals rely more on him this year.
Yeah, weapons. I mean, you got AJ Green.
Oh, he's got none of the weapons on the team.
Yeah, but can you get it to him?
That's what I'm saying. You got AJ Green, Jeremy Hill, Giovanni Bernard, Eifert. Like, if you gave Drew Brees that, you know how incredibly amazing that would be? Like, I would swap that in a heartbeat.
Right,
yeah. So it kind of shows you where Dalton's at. Is Dalton a serviceable quarterback? Yes, but Dalton's got all the weapons in the world. And I give the Bengals the 3rd in the division.
Shout out to C.J. Bird. He's saying BJ's dropping that fantasy
knowledge. Rich, we got some fantasy stuff coming up, Rich, in a minute. We're going to finish that little
Wait, last division. Wait, we got to get to the last division.
No, we going through the
NFC.
Yeah, we got to go through the NFC. But we're going to do some fantasy stuff in a minute. Richie's big into fantasy, so that's why I was letting him know. So now we're going to
the last in the division. Yeah, it's easy.
We're going to the South.
Cleveland.
No, the North. The Browns. Come on, we got to bag on the Browns a little bit.
We didn't talk about the Ravens really. Yeah.
So we got the Titans. We got Titans, Texans, Jags, and the Colts. Oh, you want to stay on the Browns? The Browns.
No, I mean everybody knows they're going last.
They're going last.
If you think Browns is going anywhere but 4th in that division, you know.
So we're going to the South. The
go
Titans,
buy from somebody
Texans,
else.
The Jags and the Colts. Who you got first?
Colts, really. Now that's dependent on luck.
On luck, man.
I mean, it can luck
He's
come
already
back
out this weekend.
He's already out for the first week 1. Is he out week 2? Is he out week 3?
You never know.
You don't. If he goes past week 3, I think it changes. If he comes back week 2, I'm keeping the Colts number 1 in that division.
I got the Titans going first.
I got Houston.
It's funny because I have the Titans kind of right there behind them, and I kind of hope that the Titans pass them up. Because the Titans have really been like this under-the-radar rebuilding team. Like, they really have. Like, the Titans have a lot of weapons, and I think the Titans can take this division this year. I think it's highly possible the Titans can win the AFC South this year.
I got Houston winning the division. I think Deshaun Watson's going to take over.
This is our biggest discrepancy then, I guess.
Yep.
Division
I think Deshaun Watson's going to take over.
I
think they got the best running game.
I got Texans going second.
I got Houston. I got them going third at an 8-8.
Houston, you could argue, has the best defense in the division, and you could say they have the best running game in the division. Unless Fournette takes off.
I mean, I don't know if I would say best defense. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. You
go with
Deshaun
Watson.
Titans are coming on the rise. You got J.J. Watt. I mean,
you got going third.
I got the Texans. I think going third this division.
I got the Titans second, and I got
Jay. You know how many first rounders does a Jag have on the defense?
Almost the whole. Well, literally, like the whole team's
defense.
almost first rounders at this point.
I think they have 10 first rounders on the defense.
I got the Jags last in this division, and I hope they win 6 games. I got them at 6-10.
Blake Bortles, man. That's all you.
What do you mean, got Blake Bortles? Like, I'm a Bortles fan. I really was hoping, like, when I seen a lot of that Central Florida and him coming up and playing, like, it's a hometown boy. I really bought into that. That's a good story, especially for Jacksonville. We had a shitty team. But what has Bortles done? Like,
He don't do nothing.
Well, the thing is, he's had great weapons.
He's like a shot fighter already. He's like 46.
It lets me to maybe it's coaching too. I mean, you got great players. I think Bortles was a really serviceable quarterback. You've had decent running backs in there. You've had some nice defensive linebackers play with it, and the Jags just fall through the cracks. The Jags are like to me, the second worst team in that whole AFC outside of the Browns.
I got him third. I got the Colts coming up in the rear.
Bringing up the rear?
Coming up the rear.
You got the Colts winning it?
You got the Jags ahead of the Colts?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whew. You got Allen Hurts. You got
Robinson, marbles here
tonight. Fournette.
What you putting on it?
The quarterback's questionable, but you stepping. You don't know where Luck's at right now. You got T.Y. with Moncrief, and then the defense is questionable. So, I mean.
But if Luck comes back, they still last in the division. There's no way you could say that.
Are they going to finish with a 4-12 now?
But does he come back week 3?
It's up with y'all thoughts.
It's going to be a 6-10 problem. I would say, yeah.
So who's going to AFC Championship before we move to that? That's all we don't need to break down the wild cards or anything like that.
Just if
the Steelers and Patriots.
Pats and the Chiefs.
I go Steelers, Patriots too.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
And Patriots winning that going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, unfortunately. Even though I love Boston, man, it's fine.
So, yeah, my top 2 in that division, Patriots, Steelers, in that order.
Let's go to NFC West.
Boom!
No. East will be second. East is a little more.
I'm there with the West.
Discrepancy. Let's go West first.
All right.
Let's go West, young man.
So you got the Seahawks, the Cardinals, Rams, 49ers. I think
that's another one of second, third, fourth. Like, who you got second, third, or fourth? I mean, I don't know unless y'all don't have Seattle.
I got Seattle.
I got Seattle number 1 in that division. Now, I think they win
more by default.
I think they win a division at 10-6.
Yeah,
I think that division could actually be won with a 9-7.
Yeah, that's what I say. I think Seattle wins more by default because I don't believe in Arizona anymore.
No,
I think you mentioned Carson Palmer earlier. Like you would take a bad Drew Brees season over.
Well, I do have Arizona second in that division.
That's by default too.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, really, now it's funny because I really like Bruce Arians' system. I think he's got some good players on offense. I mean, you got arguably the number 1 fantasy running back.
I like his fedora too. Man.
I mean, you got Johnson running the ball. Like you got probably one of the best fantasy running backs. You got great defensive players on that team. I think what they're missing is youth on the offense, and that you can look at that at wide receiver and quarterback. However you kind of want to look at it, you know? But I think that's what hinders them the most is youth at wide receiver and at quarterback.
Do you think the Rams would be any better?
Well, I got the Rams third in this division at a 6-10. And I know they got Gurley.
What you got second and third? Same thing?
I got the Cards, Rams, and 49ers.
So I don't know.
Yeah, 49ers is less. If 49ers
Shanahan now.
If 49ers win 5 games, I'll be surprised.
You got Jared
Goff.
Goff.
Shanahan offensive line?
You got Jared Goff behind a terrible offensive line. You got Ty Gurley, which on any other team he's
Ty Gurley makes this team a little bit better than the 49ers.
Yeah, if he's on any other team, he's the top 3.
Like, I realistically think the 49ers have probably the best chance to be the worst team in the NFL this year. And if you look at the number rankings, all right, the 32nd worst team, I think I give the Rams like a 29. You know, so this division is a wash division. You're welcome Seattle, welcome to the playoffs. Like you might as well lock that up.
So you got the 49ers worse than the Jets?
Yeah, I got the 49ers probably this year, one of the worst teams in the NFL.
So
I guess 30-second.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna go with the East now.
31st ain't much better.
NFC East.
We'll go north or east first?
Let's go East. Let's go Cowboys, Redskins, Eagles, Giants. Y'all tell me who y'all got first in this division.
I got the Giants.
Whoa.
I got the Redskins.
Whoa, here's another division we all got to defer from. How can you pass up? Look what Dallas did last year. What they lost 2 games?
This is Dallas.
And all of a sudden they're not winning the division
This
again.
is Dallas we're talking about.
They went 14-2 last year. Dak Prescott's got arguably the best
And they went 1-1.
offensive line in the NFL. And
Have you ever heard of sophomore slump?
yeah, but I mean, you got to look at
Do you think-
so if you talk about sophomore something, you're saying Mike Thomas for the Saints got a shitty year this year.
Dak Prescott is running the offense. All right, so he was a new commodity to the league. So you don't think that people in that division or in this league now have video on him in the NFL field?
Dak
So-
Prescott is not a
so you-
top quarterback. So here's an interesting thing about that. He's not a Tom Brady. He's not an Aaron Rodgers. He's not a Drew Brees. He's not a Philip Rivers.
But he was a difference maker.
But he's a player. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a player's player. Like, I feel like Dak is going to give you that emotional 5 yards you need for a first down, like, because he plays with heart. And if that's by throwing or running or figuring out a way to get ball from A to B, I think Dak gives you a good chance of that. Now, if me building Dak up right now says, yeah, go get him on your fantasy league if he's not drafted, no.
Richie said
There's a whole lot better options. But,
Richie said Dallas hasn't beaten the Giants in 2 years.
That's
yeah, well, let's see how the injuries plague right now on the Giants side. Like, on this, it's funny because I actually give the Giants 2 in this division. I say Cowboys first and the Giants second. And it's one of those margins that are really small. Now, I give the Cowboys a 10-6 this year over 14-2. With the Ezekiel Elliott suspension upholding the 6 weeks, I think I dropped 2 more games from that. So I'm willing to go an 8-8 season, but I actually have the Giants around the same too. You know, if you look at power rankings, I think the Cowboys.
I think 9 or 10 wins this division.
I think the Cowboys right now are probably like the 6th overall team in the NFL. Like, I give them around that. You're a little bit less than a top 10.
But what about the Eagles?
A little bit more than a top 10.
What do you guys think about the Eagles?
I got Eagles going 3rd in the division, and
They got Alshon Jeffrey. They got Torrey Smith.
LeGarrette Blount.
They got LeGarrette Blount.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. They said that was the man last year coming out the draft.
You got Karaoke Lou said the G-Men's going to be tough.
they always are. They play good, but it really depends on who shows up. Who you got running the ball? Paul Perkins, Eli throwing, and you got ODB who can make incredible catches. But
Brandon Marshall.
they pick up Brandon Marshall too. Yeah.
He got Sterling Shepard.
But which Eli shows up and which running back shows up too. You know, like the Giants, like I don't feel so safe with them. You know, like, are they a good football team? Are they a good coach? Yes. It's just not. I can't put my eggs in the Giants. Yeah, it's not there yet.
I ain't got nothing on the line.
Yeah,
so.
I got the Redskins going first. I think
that's the real.
So here's where our big swing.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins playing his contract year.
He's always in his contract year.
No, he's
they don't want to sign him.
He picked up Terrell Pryor.
They ain't a team in the NFL that won't take Kirk Cousins right now. Bank on that.
I'm just saying the Redskins won't sign him. They keep putting him on the franchise.
Yeah, because they're trying to get less money out of him. But trust me, if he walks,
paid off them franchise.
He's gonna be a starter someplace else.
Like, if they sign him next year to a franchise tag, I think he makes like $40 million.
You're talking about the Eagles. Eagles who came to the playoffs in the Superdome. And Richie just brought this up for the playoffs when we beat the Eagles. And Richie was celebrating, right? So he was celebrating, and he asked one of the
Me too, Richie. I'll celebrate.
So we was walking down the corridor. We was at the game, walking down the corridor.
I think y'all were working at that hotel, you and Brett.
And so Richie's
I think we came and seen y'all before that game.
So Richie's dancing, and he grabs one of the Eagles' girlfriends by the hands and goes to dance with her or whatever. And so the boyfriend goes to grab Richie. And so I had to grab this fucking dude and yoke him up and throw him. So, which we were trying, we wasn't being out of
you were being hoodass. You were celebrating. It's a playoff win. We can totally overlook that whole situation, Richie.
Shout out the chops, man.
Chalk it up. It's a playoff win. You got away with that one.
Big Lou brought up a stat. Said the Saints beat the Vikings the last 4 games. Is it the same Vikings?
No.
Yeah, see, everybody brings stats like that up. Like, they haven't beat a team in 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, but some stats look true.
Some of them maybe, but I mean.
Some stats look true.
Who's the last time we fought?
And Lou, it's not just the Vikings. The Saints show up on primetime games in general.
At home.
And that's why I love. Well, no, I mean we played on the road and had games too.
Who made that quote? Is it Jim Moore made that quote?
What?
You are who your record says you are.
No, I think that's
Herm Edwards.
Who said that? You are what your record says. We all no.
Herm Edwards.
Herm Edwards might have said it. I don't know.
Well, Jim Moore.
I think about it too long.
Wait, and he slapped the desk. Yeah.
Yeah. So we beat the Vikings.
It was Herm.
So
it wasn't Jim Moore. Jim Moore said
playoffs. It was Herm. So it's funny to like in that division, and it's like I have the Redskins going last, but like you saying, you got them going first, and I can totally see that too because the Redskins got great running back options. I think the wide receiver options for Kirk Cousins right now can ball out. Yeah. Like if you could draft in fantasy, they're number 1, number 2, and number 3. I'd do it.
I mean, when we get to our fantasy picks, where are you picking Terrell Pryor and where are you picking Jordan Reed at? I mean, they're at the top.
Jordan Reed's going to be top. I mean, now Jordan Reed's not going to be a second round. I mean, he's going to go
again. So now, who's throwing? How is he going to be a second
Jordan
round?
Jordan Reed goes before Terrell Pryor.
Again, but how are you picking these guys without the quarterback? You still have to have a quarterback. I mean, Kirk Cousins.
I like Kirk Cousins.
I think Kirk Cousins.
I have him last in the division.
I think you say.
Because I have to think with my football head, but I wouldn't be surprised if it flip-flopped.
The division's flip-flop because we got them all around 9, 8, 7.
The NFC East is the biggest chance of a flip-flop.
So we can put this to rest. I got the Redskins.
South, AFC South.
I got Redskins, Cowboys, Giants,
maybe
Eagles.
The NFC South.
Redskins, Cowboys, Giants, Eagles. Who you got?
I got the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Redskins. So we flipped.
Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, Redskins.
Well, we the most all over the place on this.
Richie and Lou, what
do you guys think? Yeah, let's know what y'all think.
Give us y'all. Yeah. So,
the North.
We go with the North. We got the Vikings, the Lions, the Bears, and the Packers. Oh, my.
I hope we are all the same on this one. I feel like you have to be the same on this division.
So I got Packers first.
Absolutely.
I got Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears.
Packers is actually my number 1 pick for the NFC to go to the Super Bowl. Like I think that's your best chance in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl.
But I don't have wild card teams coming from any of these 3 divisions. I think both the wild card teams are coming from the South.
Let's get to that.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
So I got the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears. That's my line.
Same way.
So there's no really.
It sounds like the Wizard of Oz song. Packers, Lions.
I mean, there's nothing flashy there. There's no big.
I don't think any change. I mean,
I give the Packers like a 10-6 right now record. I think
this might be the real. This might be the true season of the bad news bears.
You're right.
So, no quarterback.
Trubisky, he's going to start by week 3.
Well, he looked all world in week 1 in preseason. They were.
By week 3, he's going to start.
Jacket.
I still think they lose the division. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I think a lot of people panicked when they picked him up in the draft. I actually liked him a whole lot. I think he was a really good quarterback. I think his upside is better than you've ever had with Cutler.
If that's what they wanted, let him go get him. I mean, pick a safety.
He's eventually going to turn into the new Stanford of Chicago. Yeah, like he's a serviceable quarterback you can franchise. But I think Trubisky's going to be
49ers have taken with the 3rd pick. Do we even remember?
The 49ers?
Safety, yeah. They took the LSU guy. Right?
So, I'm trying. You go wait.
Well, they traded the picks. That's what I'm trying to say. The Bears moved up.
Well, yeah, I think it worked out more in Chicago's view.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm with you. I give the Packers at a minimum of 10-6 this year. They win a division. Vikings, I give them a 9-7. I think they're like a middle of the pack team. Like if you had to look at all 32, I think they're a little under 15. I give them more of a 13th round team.
So we're talking about the division. What do you think about this contract that Matthew Stafford just received?
Stupid
on the Lions?
Yeah, I mean, why would you give – I don't understand why Matthew Stafford got it. I understand you want to protect your quarterback and you want to have a franchise name. I don't think Matthew Stafford is this guy that's bringing you to the next level.
I don't know.
You've seen what you got out of him already and where's he got?
I mean, you had Matthew Stafford.
I think they might be happy with
right?
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, he had arguably the greatest wide receiver in football and what he've done.
So if you don't have Matthew Stafford, what do you have? You go back and be around the 115 Lions?
You don't sign him to that fucking contract.
Well, maybe
they're
happy with winning 7 to 8 games.
I mean, so let's sign him more second or third. Let's let him make more money than Brady, Breeze, Ryan.
That's just the market.
That's not
the market.
His
I give the
fault.
Lions a 7-9 at best this year. 7-9. I think out of 32 teams, I got them ranked around 20.
But if you give them a rookie quarterback, you give them the Bears situation, they 1-15, 2-14.
Well, then
At least they in the hunt.
the Bears are going to actually really load this year. If we're going to look at the bottom of this
So you
division.
put Matthew Stafford on the Bears. What is their record?
7-9, 8-8.
You will give him Matthew
No,
Stafford
actually-
6 games.
I actually think Matthew Stafford would be better in that system.
Yeah, I mean,
6 games. You're going to give Matthew Stafford 6 games.
he's a solid
For
quarterback.
Chicago, am I giving him 6 games?
You giving him 6 games with Kendall
I'm
Wright?
giving him 7 games right now with the Lions.
just
I'll
gave-
give him 6 games with the Bears.
Kendall Wright?
Yes.
I believe in this guy. You just gave Derek Carr the second highest paid contract in the league
Well,
with only one great
outside
year.
of 2 weeks ago is the highest.
Yes, I'm saying he only had one really good year,
Yeah.
and then he got hurt at the end of the year. I mean,
Derek
that's
Carr's
just the
unproven.
market.
You don't get that type of money. You don't get them big. To me, you don't get them big contracts unless you've been to a Super Bowl. You won a Super Bowl. Now you paying these young quarterbacks. You make them the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, and what has he got you? You know, like I don't understand that. Like Matthew Stafford right now is the highest quarterback in NFL history, highest paid quarterback in NFL history.
Highest paid player.
Highest paid player, but I mean,
Player.
that's just where the turn.
And how long have we been watching Matthew Stafford flop the ball?
If Drew Brees' contract was up this year, he'd be
I'll tell you what, Detroit, if y'all are watching right now, I'm probably better than the GM. I'll take half the salary he's getting. I promise you I'll make better decisions.
So we're gonna move on to the
All right, guys, you ready?
to the main
event.
event.
NFC South. To me, the best division in the NFL, period, hands down. We can sit here and argue all day long about who we think's first, second, third, fourth, but let's be honest, any one of these teams right now, including the Buccaneers, who have at the bottom of the division, have a shot. They really do. You know, I have the Buccaneers taking fourth in this division.
They might be 8.
They have a shot.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out to Siriaco.
So, all right. Who wants to say first, second, third, fourth?
I got the Saints.
You got Saints?
Yeah.
Winning division.
Yeah.
Pat.
Carolina.
Here's where I hate to be who I am, and because my heart, and I'm a Saints fan, wants to say we win the Super Bowl every year. I'm a Saints fan, and it hurts me to say this. I'm putting Falcons still number one in this division.
All three of us are different.
I think the Falcons, their minimum this year, their low side is a 9-7. The Saints are kind of give a 10-6, 9-7. I think that's right where we at this year. But I think the Falcons have a little bit of an edge. Right now, if you base everything upon last year, I give the Falcons as the 5th best complete team in the NFL right now. It just so happens in our division. So if I had to think with my mind, it's the Falcons at number one. If I had to think with my heart and my passion, the Saints won the Super Bowl every fucking year.
So no hangover.
Huh?
No hangover for the Falcons.
Well, I don't think they go to the championship game this year. I think they're a playoff team, but I think they're the best in the division.
Again, they did lose 28. They lost 28-3 leads.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Which is why,
I do have the Saints second, Falcons.
You can't say fuck the Falcons Friday, so let's say 25-point Tuesday.
25-point Tuesday.
So I got the Saints. I got the Falcons coming up second.
You got Saints Falcons?
I got Saints Falcons.
I got the Saints Panthers kind of neck and neck right now. If I had to give a push based upon the teams, I think I would give the same rating. I said Saints at a high rating of 10-6, 9-7. I think we break out of that 7-9 slump. But I also give the Panthers around a 9-7 too. So
I say the winner get.
Well, I think
11-5.
Honestly, I think Carolina and the Saints are going to be in that wild card push in hunt. That's where I see them. I think when we make the playoffs this year, it's going to be who beats out who, Carolina.
We all play the AFC East, so I think we'll all go 3-1 against the AFC East.
I agree.
Richie said the Bucs just picked up T.J. Ward, so that's a pretty big pickup for them.
You're right, but I give the Bucs in this division. I give the Bucs at 8-8. You know, because you got to play the Saints twice, you got to play Carolina twice, you got to play Atlanta twice. That's one of the toughest. You know. So I really in this division
I see Atlanta having a problem with who they drew outside. Like they got to play the first place team, so they have to play Dallas and Green Bay, and they have to play Seattle.
You're right.
We drew the Rams. We drew.
You
we
can't.
drew in the NFC East. The Redskins. We play the Redskins this year. Well, according to Poncho, we're gonna lose that one.
No,
we might not play the. I don't know who we play. I think we play the Redskins.
Again, I got the Saints, Falcons, Bucks, and Panthers. I got the Panthers. I mean,
I got Falcons, Saints, Panthers, Bucks, and here's the funny thing: I give the Bucks at 8-8, but if you had to look at all 32 teams, I kind of rate the Buccaneers around 15-16. So even the worst team in our division is better than half of the football teams in the NFL. So like. It's going to be a tough ride this year. I think the schedule for the Saints favors us more than it did last year. It just sucks playing in this division. Like, yeah, if we played in, like, you know.
I mean, AFC South.
Yeah, like
we might go 12-4.
I mean, it helps that we playing some of these big. We played the Patriots week 2 at home. So, I mean, I'd rather play them at home and then play them.
Well, the shitty thing about that is.
Imagine if we beat the Vikings in week 1 and you beat the Pats in week 2, this city's going to jump up. Straight up. The city's jumping up. I'm jumping up with the city. I might even start the motion, you know?
The shitty thing about that is we're going to be playing the Patriots in a short week, and they essentially have a bye. Because they play Thursday, and then they don't play again, and they play us.
So, yeah, I think...
We'll get to that the next week. We'll talk about that game.
So, in my heart, no, I'm pulling for the Saints to win the fucking Super Bowl, but if I had to think on my head and we had to realistically look at it, I think the Falcons are still the best team in the division.
Team to team, NFC's got the best quarterbacks in the league. And per 4 teams.
NFC is the best division by far.
You possibly have the best receivers in the league. I mean, you got Mike Thomas, you got Mike Evans, Julio Jones. I mean, you throw Deshaun Jackson there a little bit here and there. Panthers, you got Calvin Benjamin.
I wouldn't say Calvin. I mean, how's Calvin going to act for, like they said, when he showed up, like the training camp, 40 pounds overweight?
Yeah, like me, I showed up to work 40 pounds.
Yeah, like So, I don't know. I still got a lot. I want to see a lot more from the Panthers. I can't put all my trust in Cam Newton. Is he serviceable? Yes. Is he reliable? To me, no.
Hit us up with your NFC South.
Any questions, man? Shoot some questions here. Send them all to us.
Questions.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give.
Richie said another 7-9 season gets Peyton fired. Which
I don't know.
What do you think of that? Yeah. Do you think?
I'm telling you right now.
Do you think for the Saints' history that Sean Payton
longest time
a lifetime pass?
Well, no coaches went this
long. As
long.
long as Tom Benson owns the Saints,
You won't get rid of Sean Payton.
Mickey Loomis ain't going anywhere.
Nope.
Hey Nick, Poncho just said Drew Brees is washed up.
As long as Mickey Loomis ain't going away, Sean Payton ain't going away. And long as Sean Payton ain't going away, Drew Brees ain't going away. So
to be honest, and you know what? I don't think it's all Sean Payton's fault. I think I'm still on a Sean Payton wagon. If you look at some of the losses we had last year, we lost them in the fourth quarter. We were still putting up 28 to 35 points a game, still losing it.
A lot of it's defense.
Yeah, I think it was defensive issues. I think Dennis Allen's kind of finding a niche. He's got some of the right personnel in there. I don't know if I put all of this on Sean Payton, but look at the shit Sean Payton had to go through at Bountygate. I don't want to get into that because I think it's all bullshit. But Sean Payton is one of the most smartest offensive-minded coaches, or used to be.
I want to ask you that, speaking of Bountygate, which doesn't have nothing to do with Bountygate. But do you think the 2011 team was better than the 2009 team?
No.
I do.
No.
I think our defense was better that year. It was a better defensive team. Like 2009, we just turned the ball over a ton.
Well, you lost your chance going to the Super Bowl that year.
And I thought our offense was better.
You let a tight end get past your safety. And that's how the fucking
I don't want to say that and you fell behind 3 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Actually, was Sharp putting stuff in the team's drinks that year?
I don't know. You have to ask.
Shout out to Sharp if you're watching this somewhere.
I was about to get myself in trouble, man.
Maybe Sharp was putting stuff in the other defenses.
You have to ask people he's affiliated.
Hey, I know Sharp was a beast when he played with the Saints, and I'm not denying that. But every time Sharp would get a pick, it's like, man, you knew he wasn't going nowhere. Like, I felt like every time he got a pick, he was the slowest person on the field after their ball hit the Saints.
Then he was old. He's old. He was old cat.
Sure, he still got the picks, though.
Well, Malcolm Jenkins got him. He knew.
Hey, we won a Super Bowl.
Tracy Porter got him. Took off, huh?
Yeah.
Can't be mad. Won a Super Bowl. Who that?
Tracy Porter's a Saints Hall of Famer just for that.
Yep. All right. Garrett Hartley also.
Garrett Hartley.
Yeah, he's got a Super Bowl record.
Two picks.
Garrett Hartley's got a Super Bowl record.
So,
do y'all know anything about the slot receiver the Saints picked up, Austin Carr? Sounds white.
Sounds white, yeah.
That's all I know.
No, I know. Well, we just talked about they picked up McCaffrey, so.
Austin Carr. I don't know anything about
I think, Max McCaffrey went to the practice squad. And I haven't heard anything about Carr yet. I mean.
Yeah, we're not experts.
I tried to not divulge in anything today to save everything. now.
I'm gonna take a minute out to give a shout out to a friend of the show, Mr. Melvin Gallo. 2 appearances on our show and was an awesome guest. He fights, I believe, was it this Saturday, right?
On the 9th.
The 9th. September 9th. Melvin is fighting in London. Bare knuckles boxing. Now, if you ain't never checked this thing out, go to YouTube and check out some bare knuckle boxing. This is not UFC cast. This is mano a mano. Just tape fists. It's not true bare knuckles, but it's just tape fists with no gloves. So he's going to fight in London in the BKB, and he's fighting. I believe for the belt. I think his name is Jim Sweeney.
They fought once before.
And wants his decision. So Melvin is in Colorado training for that fight.
We gotta be making it out there now.
Yeah, so he's heading to London to go do this bare knuckles fight. So I want to give him some shout outs and some prayers to Melvin to make hopefully.
We'll let you know how he does.
But yeah, he's it won't. I don't believe I looked at it. It won't be live, so per se on TV, but they will do
online. You can watch it.
No, they're doing. They filming it, and what they're going to do is edit it and then put it on YouTube. So this is going to be on YouTube. His fight.
Mucho gracias.
And from what I understand, he's going to be coming back down the following week. So hopefully we can get Melvin back on the show with a belt and then a win. And
shout out to Brandon Brewer.
And yeah, shout out to Brandon. Brandon bought tickets to the LSU game, man, and lost in that same night, so he didn't get to make it to the LSU game.
Wait, you lose it? You ever find him?
No, he never did find him. He said he might throw him away, da-da-da.
So we want to jump into fantasy or what?
Yeah, man. Let's plow ahead.
This is what we're going to do with this fantasy. What we're doing for our fantasy deal, we're going to get the top 5 positions, 1 through 5 for each position, strictly offense. So we're going to go with quarterback, running back.
And kind of a sleeper too, right?
And tight end. And we're going to come with a sleeper at the end. One sleeper for each position. Now, we're not going to talk about the obvious, obviously. We're going to dog cause sleeper. Not going to show up in week 1 or week 2. Something who might make an impact in week 4, 5, 6, around there.
These guys got no.
And keep going.
I'm good with that. Let's start off with the obvious quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks, 1 through 5. 1 through 5. So let us know what your top 5 is. We're going to start off with BJ and see where you at.
Well, being a Saints fan, I'm obviously going to pick the true definition of a quarterback to me, which is Drew Brees. And yes, I will pick Drew Brees over Tom Brady.
Again, my definition of top quarterbacks is at the end of the season, PPR or say points. We're going to go strictly off the points, not strictly points.
Absolutely. And I'm going with Drew Brees as my number 1 this year in the PPR.
Nicky Thorne is drafting Drew Brees in the first round every draft.
First round. You can't argue with that. Congratulations, you got the best quarterback. I mean, let's look at it. Look at it fantasy-wise. Every year, Drew Brees is probably in the top 3 scoring every year. And naturally, you're going to have your other great quarterbacks up there. But Drew Brees gives you a contention to be a number 1 every year.
Clint Isaac checked in, dude. What happened to Florida?
Tell us about Florida.
Where is that Gator bait? Come on, man. I ain't even talk about that shit. Come on. Anyways,
eating up.
So I got Brady first, and I got Brees second.
I got Brady second.
So what do you got?
I got Drew Brees, man. Darren Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady.
You got Brady third.
Darren Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady.
I got Aaron Rodgers third, and I got actually Green Bay the second best overall team in the NFL this year. I give Aaron Rodgers. If I had to go down to my 4th and 5th, my 4th would be Matt Ryan outside of that circle.
I got Matt Ryan, and I got Russell Wilson.
In the 5th, you're going with Russell.
Give me Jameis Winston.
Really?
I can go Wilson or either
I
Mariota.
just picked him on my team, so I got.
Honestly, I think with this year, and I'm reaching up. I know I've seen a lot of people posting the orders and stuff like that. And a lot of people have Kirk Cousins around number 7. I actually bumping Kirk Cousins up this year, and I'm giving him in the top 5. I think he's got a lot of offensive weapons at wide receiver.
Wait. So we got Redskins finishing last in the division.
Yeah.
But Kirk Cousins in the top 5.
I told you it's the biggest flip-flop.
It's going to be a lot of garbage time.
It's the biggest flip-flop division.
Come on.
I mean, Drew Brees threw for 5,000 yards and we were 7-9. So, I mean, that kind of solves the point.
Ricky says Rodgers, Brees, Brady, Ryan, and Mariota. I got Mariota. Wilson is what? I got 5th. I can see Wilson, Mariota.
Actually,
I don't. I don't like Wilson's necessarily targets. Doug Baldwin, people on Doug Baldwin's nutsack, dude. He's put up some numbers here.
I'm not high on Baldwin either. I'm not high on Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham. So, they just traded Kurtz.
Yeah. So, I have Kirk Cousins at my number 5, and bringing up Mariota, that's actually my sleeper quarterback this year is Marcus Mariota. I think he has the potential to be closer to that top 5 than what people could think.
So I could say I could take Jameis Winston as my sleeper.
I just sleep. No, Jameson's a top 10 quarterback. You sleep, it has to be.
So Mariota would be a sleeper then.
No. I would say anywhere between 15 and 20 has to be. Who's somebody who's down there nobody's thinking of that would just jump up?
Deshaun Watson.
Kaiser, Watson, Wentz.
I'm not going Kaiser either. I think selling too big on the Browns. I don't think Kaiser's a sleeper. I think Mariota's got the most weapons to give you a serviceable break in that midway through top 10. I think he's more or less. If we look at the top 5, I think Marcus Mariota just sleeping a break.
Who is a sleeper quarterback that's 15 and below? Who do you think that it could be rookie experience that's not ranked in the top 10? It could be 10 and below.
All right, let's go running back.
So give us some sleepers.
So
we're gonna go running backs 1 through 5.
You lead off, Punch.
I got David Johnson. Oh wait,
I got Bell going first.
I'm with him. I got Bell going first too.
I got David Johnson. Then I got Bell.
I got Johnson.
Johnson second.
Then I got.
You can't really. You get Johnson or you get Bell in fantasy. Guess what? You're happy owner.
I got McCoy third.
I don't like Gordon, but I got Gordon going third.
I like Gordon going third as well this year. I think. Well, you look at the lack of weapons. So if you're looking at
McCoy's all Buffalo hands, really.
I don't have McCoy in my top 5.
I do. I have LaShawn McCoy at 5. I have Melvin Gordon actually at 3rd. I have Devontae Freeman at 4th.
I got Freeman at 4th, and I got Murray at 5th.
I think Henry's gonna take a lot of Murray's touches this year.
Yeah. So realistically though, if you got one of those, they're first or second round pick. That's my top 5. I think we all kind of close to that.
I'm gonna take Zeke Elliott 5th, even though he suspended 6 games. I still think he makes the top 10. And
yeah, I'm a fantasy player, so I drafted Ezekiel Elliott early because he dropped down to the 3rd round. So I took a reach, and I was hoping that it got pushed back, but now I got to live in that consequence. So let's hope it pays off. Maybe I'm a good second half team.
Sleeper.
I'll show you my team.
Sleeper to me this year is going to be Kareem Hunt.
Shout out to Richie. You talking about Kareem Hunt?
I got Hunt too. Again,
I got. Is it Alvin Kamara?
Yeah.
I got Kamara as my sleeper.
You're going to go with Kamara touches over Ingram and Peterson?
PPR league, man.
That ain't going to work.
Yeah,
He's going to play. Y'all talking about Sproles earlier.
I think Kareem Hunt triples his points in fantasy this year. So I think Kareem Hunt's probably your safe bet of now being a sleeper, but everybody knows. I don't really know.
He's out the box. I don't think Hunt is a sleeper.
Not anymore. I think when it first happened, when we were all doing our fantasy drafts, he kind of was.
All right, Richie got
kind of mine, but
he's got Johnson, Bell, Zeke, McCoy, Freeman. But we were saying at the points at the end of the year in fantasy, is Zeke going to put up more points than in the top 5? More points than in your top 5.
It's funny, with Zeke being out for 6 weeks, it's not going to happen. If Zeke was playing the whole 16 weeks, then Zeke's right up in that 1, 2, 3 with David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell undeniably.
Yep.
So the suspension really hurts in fantasy. Does he break top 5 this year? No, not with a 6-game suspension. It's not going to happen.
All right.
So we're going to go with the
wideouts.
Here's the
receivers.
We might differentiate. I got
possible.
We'll go BJ first. We'll go Pat.
I got Antonio Brown. I don't want to miss anybody, so I'm going to see your list.
Yeah.
Well, how's I work all day, man? I got Antonio Brown. I got Mike Evans. It might not be in exact order. Julio Jones, ODB, and
you're going Thomas or Green?
AJ Green.
So Thomas.
It's kind of the same. I got on my list.
Nothing against Thomas.
I like Thomas too. I think you see him starting to see an emergence of a great Rob receiver. Coming in, my number 1 definitely Antonio Brown. To me, that has to be the undoubtedly number 1 wideout in the game.
I think Evans would be my number 2.
Well, it's funny because I got Julio right now above Odell Beckham. So I got Julio, then ODB. But my 4th, I'd follow up with AJ Green. In my 5th, I think I'd go with Evans. So
yeah, it's all interchangeable. They are so close.
Julio Odell can swing. That's a swing for 2 and 3.
That's what she said. I got Brown, Jones, Beckham, Thomas, and Green. So
We all pretty close. All right, sleeper this year.
I mean, make it an obvious sleeper. I mean, make it a sleeper. Don't
Corey
make it
Davis, Tennessee.
all right.
Well, I don't have the obvious sleeper.
Well, I'm saying obvious. I'm saying a sleeper.
Brandon Cooks.
That's not. That's top 10 receiver. Just top 12.
You think
receiver.
he's top 10 receiver?
Absolutely.
Especially now that Edelman's out.
Absolutely, man.
I mean, all right.
I dug deep for myself.
I'm gonna say Josh Doxson.
For Washington?
Yeah, you have to out there.
Richie said Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp for Rams right there. That's a sleeper.
He sounds right also.
Taylor Gabriel for the Falcons. You can go. I think Tyreek Hill is probably out of that sleeper role. Somebody who's
Tyreek Hill went kind of high.
Tyreek Hill, Mike Williams. And if he shows up for the Chargers,
I mean, then if you're gonna say that, I mean, if you want obvious, it's you don't know who could show up. I mean, it all. But to me, if I was looking at, I would say a wide receiver pick that I would have picked. You probably would have had about 12 to 15 wide receivers come off the board before
Zay
Brooks
Jones
did.
Yeah, Richie come up with Zay Jones for Bills.
I think Zay's got a lot of upside. Like apparently he had great camps. He's been playing great in the preseason. I think Zay, if I had to pick a true sleeper that's under the radar and it's not a Brandon Cooks, and I understand what you're saying, I agree with that. I think Zay's that guy. Right. That's why I'm going with it.
So we're going to move on to the top 5 tight ends. So 1 and 2 is probably the obvious. I got Gronk and Kelsey going 1 and 2.
I have Gronk at third. He's injury prone, and he's.
What about Jordan Reed? You don't have Jordan Reed up there?
Well, I got Jordan Reed at fourth.
I got Reed fourth also.
So my number 1, I'm going with Travis Kelce again this year. So I mean. In number 2, I'm actually going with Greg Olsen because sometimes you don't have to be the best one; you have to be the only one. And I think on those 2 teams, Greg Olsen's a big threat, and so is Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce more than Greg Olsen. And so I give the number 1 tight end this year to Kelce.
You think Gronk, not only Gronk's injuries, but you think guys like Cooks might take touches away from Gronk? And who else they got? They got another tight end there too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if Gronk can stay healthy, he's gonna get his touches. I don't think he finishes number 1 this year. I think Gronk is still transpiring off of the Gronk 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Coming off last year, I don't put Gronk in the top 2. I give him a top 3 just based on that same fact.
What about 4 and 5? That's
number 4.
Yeah, 3, 4, and 5.
Well, I got Travis Kelce, Greg Olsen, Rob Gronk. 4 for me would be Jordan Reed. And the 5, which is kind of it's a toss up for me, but he really is a sneaky tight end, and I think he's worth picking in that 5th slot, even though some people would reach on Jimmy Graham maybe earlier than some of these other tight ends. Right. But I actually like Kyle Rudolph a little bit better.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I picked him, so.
I get Kyle Rudolph number 5 this year.
I don't know if Bradford is the guy.
I don't know. He could run them little tight end swing routes and hit him on that.
So I got Gronk, Kelsey.
I think Bridgewater will be back sometime this season.
Richie's got Kelsey, Gronk, Reed, Olsen, Walker.
You like Delaney? I mean,
Walker, yeah.
I mean, he's not bad, but it's hard for me to put Delaney in the top 5.
Is it 8 or is it?
I think you got other serviceable tight ends out there. Is it unimaginable? No. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the teams I picked to be kind of surprising this year.
Sleeper Doyle.
Really?
I'm reading.
Oh.
Jack Doyle?
Jack Doyle, yeah.
Richie, I don't think Jack Doyle is a sleeper. Jack Doyle is probably in your top 7, top 8. Jack Doyle is probably 6, 7, or 8, around there.
Colby Fleener would be my pick. And
Who that, David?
Austin Hooper?
Well, Atlanta never uses the tight end.
Tony Gonzalez.
Well, yeah, that's Tony Gonzalez. So
let me see if I can find that children.
The only reason, can you squeeze behind me?
Yeah.
The only reason I'm saying Colby Fleener.
Actually get behind.
That's awkward. So the only reason I'm picking Colby Fleener, I think the Adrian Peterson acquisition actually really helps Colby Fleener this year. So if Peterson's on the field, you have to kind of get in that one-on-one man situation. I think Colby Fleener can actually benefit from that. Now, can he catch the ball? That's left to see, but I'm using my sleeper pick with Colby.
And so, I mean, that's pretty solid. We can go into defenses and kickers and shit like that, but we probably summed up what we're going to do. I talked to Pat about this. We got 4 different categories, top 5 in each category. So if we all together make this last to the end of the season, we're all going to revisit Super Bowl fantasy weekend, and whoever it is, points wise, we need to keep our numbers together, our players together. We're going to come up with something that one of us have to do as far as the losing.
Well, if we're going to do that, why don't we just draft teams then?
We should just have fantasy.
Well, this is a simple...
Because we both got Antonio Gates at number 1, so we're really going to come down to number 1, number 2 picks. We're
going to rank 1, 2, 3, and then whoever has the more number 1 picks, you know what I'm saying, we're going to keep...
My idea was to do a suicide pool.
Well, we can do that, but I was trying... And we can have 2 different punishments, we call it. So we have a punishment, so maybe during the show you have to dress up as a fucking condom. I don't know, as an elf or as a...
That's not awkward. So look, anybody out there got fantasy questions? You want some boom, bust? Do I start this guy? Do I start this guy? Shoot them out. I mean, maybe some opinions can help make a decision.
While we're doing that, they got some little side notes that we can do, side subjects. We got the Red Sox has got busted using an Apple Watch to steal signs from the Yankees. How do you feel that as a baseball fan? I mean, they saying their coaches in the dugout have Apple Watches on. There's people out in the stands or out in the stadium that are videoing this, and as they do it, they're relaying the signs through technology to the dugout. The dugout is tipping off his batters what's coming next.
But this is what you're going to have to deal with, with the technology era we're coming about with, because nobody's ever thought a watch can relay a message, especially the Apple Watches. If that's happening, do I think that any punishment needs to come down? 100% absolutely, because you are violating part of the rules of, calling signals. But these are the things that you're going to have to start worrying about. And I think that's in every sport nowadays, So how do I feel about it? I think it's, pretty fucked up that you're trying to win a game. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's what it's all about,
Another subject. Well, not subject, but say Phillip Rivers has 8 children. Is this why the Chargers really can't get into the playoffs?
He's too busy.
Is he that fucking busy?
I mean, it's Sunday San Diego. I mean, it's Phillip Rivers. So
I mean, is his wife that hot that he just can't
that's
pull
a
out?
Google question. I think we should Google Phillip Rivers. Somebody Google Phillip Rivers' wife and put it in the comments so I can see a picture of.
So Phillip Rivers is not a pull-out pro.
No, Phillip Rivers stays in the pocket.
Yeah, and he just said he's not making a move to LA. Phillip Rivers said he just purchased a $200,000 SUV equipped with the best man cave 40-inch TV screen that him, I believe it's Kellen Clemens or his backup they will travel from San Diego to LA every game and watch.
Shut up. You're Phillip Rivers. You're a high-paid quarterback. You live in San Diego, but you play in Los Angeles. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I can't uproot 8 children.
I'm pretty sure that your team will put you in a nice hotel room and you can travel back, at least
personal aircraft, right?
Something, yeah. Take the plane. Go back. You're a
franchise
franchise quarterback. Stop bitching. You know what I'm saying? You got a nice house. Enjoy it. I live in Miro, Congratulations, Phil.
I couldn't find it.
So, where we at?
We got 16 minutes.
Let's talk about
that battery dies.
Bring something up, Pat.
We cutting short.
We got 16 minutes.
Get your questions in. We got 15 minutes, so the last minute's going to be
again, folks. Ask some questions. Feel free.
Let's make some picks for the weekend. This is
Pat. Let's do a
suicide football.
Let's do a pick 'em game by game.
Oh, I'm writing them down. If we picking, that way I'm getting them.
All right. Well, let's
tell us the game.
What's USC? Somebody USC.
I'm listening.
Sent in a blonde player.
Yes.
Snap for the bill. That's amazing, right?
A blonde player, and they had a picture of one of the players escorting him on the field. Showing him. So I mean, this is
Well, he was a big fan favorite when he was a little kid. He was always on the sidelines, and they were helping him out because he got some kind of injury that made him blind. So part of his recovery, USC brought him in. They were all befriending him. So they always said the thing, one day you'll wear the uniform and make a play for UFC, and it finally came true. I think that's an awesome, hometown hero story. And congratulations for him. Good for him. Even though sometimes life gives you lemons, you can still overcome the adversity. That's one of those true inspiring stories. That was awesome, man. That was big props to USC for actually putting him in the game.
They named him the Pac-12 Special Teams Player of the Week.
I give it to him.
Christian Hackenberg is not a happy camper. He's coming in third behind Josh McCown and Bryce Petty on the chart. That's not news, though.
Talking about the Jets again?
Yeah.
They need to do the NFL like they do in soccer.
Anybody got any new questions?
Jets.
What you think, BJ?
Jets.
The NFL should relegate like they do in soccer.
Nah.
Send them down to the Arena League. We have like Grand Rapids come up. Play an NFL.
No, you can't do that. It's just like that age-old question. Well, not question, but like, who the greatest college team could beat, NFL team? That's bullshit. Alabama couldn't beat Cleveland tomorrow. It's not going to happen. So
Alabama couldn't beat Cleveland's
I was in a draft yesterday, and this is our thing. Somebody picked Drew Brees with the second pick in the first round.
So you drafted with Nick.
Well, I mean, it depends. Is it a PPR league?
Yes.
Then no. If it's a PPR league, how many guys in the league?
10.
PPR league, any league, 10 players and above, I'm going wide receivers first 2 picks. I'm getting the greatest wide receivers.
Antonio Brown went 11.
That's crazy to me. So enjoy winning that league if that's how they drafted it.
Antonio Brown went 11th. I mean, AJ Green went 16th. Mike Evans went 19th.
Well, I mean, I could look at Mike going there. Even though I think he's the top 5, I can see how options could drag out in front of him.
Brady went 5. Aaron Rodgers went 6th in the first round.
So you got what? Drew, Brady, and Rodgers.
I picked up Mike Thomas, Odell Beckham, Brandon Cooks, Kamari Hunt, Anderson, Ty Montgomery, Jameis Winston, Fitzgerald, Stephon Diggs, Howell, Dole, Cousins, Lutz, and the Giants.
It's not a bad 10-man draft.
In the receivers, you got Thomas, Beckham, and Cooks.
I mean, I like it.
And you got Fitzgerald and Diggs.
All right, guys, you ready?
Yeah.
We're going to pick straight up, or y'all want to go against the spread?
Straight up.
All right. Well, I got to write 2 then.
Yeah.
Hey, you write mine next to yours.
First week.
All right.
What's that?
Chiefs-Patriots, Thursday nights. Hit us up with y'all pick.
All day.
On banner raising night.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
At home?
Picking a Pats.
Pats at home.
Pats all day.
Jets at Bills.
Bills.
Wait, I'm gonna go Chiefs on the first one.
You going Chiefs?
Yeah.
You think the Chiefs are going to beat the Pats on opening week?
Absolutely.
You're already
The only
taking a
time I've
loss.
seen that happen was the Cowboys beating the Giants.
So it looks like you're going to dress up like the big condom, huh?
Well, we're gonna
Yeah,
go.
well, he must want to be a cop.
Yeah.
I can't go.
The big rubber.
Give me another one.
Jags at Texans.
Texans.
I'll take Texans. I had Texans winning division, so I can't back up on that now. Big hurricane game. Y'all going to be
Yeah.
Steelers at Browns.
Steelers. I mean, that's
Steelers. Pretty easy week.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals at the Lions, dude.
which is actually the first game that makes you think.
A little bit.
So, I think I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I think David Johnson has a great game.
Give me overrated Matthew Stafford and the Lions.
Go on Lions, huh?
At home. Now, this game won't be in Miami if it's played at all.
You writing your person down?
Yeah.
So what was the last game?
I got the Cardinals at the Lions, bro. Get your shit together.
Cardinals and Lions. And who you going with, BJ?
I went the Lions.
Oh, I'm definitely going with the Cardinals on this one.
All right.
Miami.
Tampa at Miami. But
Tampa.
it won't be in Miami, so.
Yeah,
It might be here. I'll go Tampa.
Yeah, I'm going Tampa on that game.
Yeah, me too.
Shout out to Siriaco.
Chirac was kind of. He goes with the winners. You know?
Well, why did the Tampa fan?
John Gruden and John Lynch and Warren Sapp and
Just carry
Mike Alstott.
Just carry that 12-year-old nut over.
Yeah, he's a fucking father. He's a Braves fan to the
Falcons at the Bears.
Falcons. I hate saying that fucking word, but they definitely beat the Bears. Easy pick.
All right. Raiders at the Titans, right? Is another.
Raiders.
Give me the Titans at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Titans too.
Nice. Good picks. I'm actually think I'm gonna.
So BJ, going with the Raiders.
No, I think it's funny because I got the Raiders. I'm going Raiders. Sorry. I'm going Raiders for week 1.
I know I might want to plug in my PC, guys, but I can't. I don't have a charge.
I gotta hurry up. Get this true.
Eagles at the Redskins. Poncho's going Redskins. Give me the Eagles.
Eagles. Hold on, we're going too fast. Got people will comment.
Is my comment?
So who's going with the Eagles, Pat? Who you going with?
I'm going with the Eagles.
Who you going with?
I'm going with the Redskins.
Oh.
I think Kirk Cousins pulls it out week 1.
I see we
I
think too many offensive weapons for
Richie's
Kirk.
got.
I can't read the comments, so.
Where's he at? Bears, Raiders, Eagles. What is he referring? Pats, Bills, Texans, Steelers, Cardinals, Bucks. Bears, Raiders, Eagles.
All right, we're going to late games now.
Raiders.
You got the Bears beating the Falcons?
Who got the Bears?
Richie's got the Bears beating the Falcons.
Shout out to Richie, man. That's
Richie, I love your heart, my dude, but that's not going to happen. That's a reach right there. But you know what? If you call it right, it makes you all the more even.
We love Richie.
Yeah, it makes it all the more even better that you can call that
Don't
game.
forget to come into us next week. You in on this too, Richie, so we count you in. Panthers.
Super Bowl hangover is what he's saying.
What size you like? You like Magnums, Richie? Are you a Trojan guy or you a lifestyle?
So you got Panthers on who?
Colts at the Rams, man. We're not there yet.
Oh, you said Panthers.
Colts and Rams.
No luck.
Being that Andrew Luck's going to be out, I think. Actually, I give
home.
the edge to the Rams right here.
Yeah, give me the Rams at home.
I'm going with golf.
He's going to go with all.
Yeah.
Carolina at Frisco.
Got the Rams there, too. Carolina and Frisco, easy decision.
Yeah,
Carolina
whips
the fuck out of the 49ers.
Here's the primetime afternoon game.
Yeah, Carolina, that's the easiest game. If the spread's 10, still take the money.
Seattle at Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Sorry, I just think Aaron Rodgers is losing week 1.
Seattle?
I'm going to go Seattle.
You just want to be dead.
That's a good game right there. I like that game.
The Giants at the Cowboys.
Yow. This one is actually a tough game for me to pick.
I like the Giants in the division, but give me the Cowboys in week 1.
Here's the thing. You know Zeke's going to be out week 1. This is Odell Beckham play. This is injury come out. That's been released. Yeah. So if Odell Beckham don't play, I give it to the Cowboys. So, and you down on man Zeke, but let's see. I'm giving this to the Cowboys. I'm going Dallas.
You going with Pat?
All right. The Saints and the Vikings.
Who you got?
Cowboys.
I'm going to go against the grain again. Let's see, you Giants.
You going G-Man?
Yeah.
I got G-Man winning the division, though.
We got what?
Saints and the Vikings.
Richie's got the Rams.
You saying Zeke's playing, but all over Yahoo and a lot of other places, the suspension's upheld. Even on my ESPN for my fantasy stat, said the 6-week suspension's upheld. I was reading the same report you are from like AMP and a couple other sources saying that, no, he's going to play week 1. He's expected to play week 1. So it's 50-50 on the news right now. Everything I'm getting from Yahoo, ESPN, all like that, saying week 6. And trust me, he's on my fantasy team, so I want him to play week 1. I just don't think it's happening.
I'm in a little trick bag. That nobody cares, but
Luke,
I have him in one league, but I was playing against him in another league.
Luke's got the G-Men on the Cowboys. G-Men.
Shout out to Lou, man. Sticking with us. Uh-oh. We had 7%. We're running out of gas, guys.
Saints and Vikings.
Who y'all got?
Saints.
Who that, baby?
Who that?
I'm going to go with Saints.
Yeah, give me the Saints. Because I don't want to go against the grain and be trailing and lose tomorrow.
Last game.
Chargers at the Broncos.
Chargers in the Bronx.
What you got?
Give me the Chargers on the upset.
I got Chargers.
Chargers. Phillip Rivers pulls it out.
All
right, guys. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the first inaugural edition of the D by D podcast. next week, hopefully, Paul will leave us a charger.
Richie said NFL Network reported it live that he's playing. Rich, I hope you're right. When I get home, that's the first thing we're going to look up because I was looking up all of the different lines I could find before I got here, and it's half and half. And my ESPN actually hit that it wasn't. So I hope you're right.
Again, we are the first. St. Bernard's.
We're the second one now.
Well, we're a company, so.
Yeah, we are, the Interactive Sports Podcast.
Again, we're looking for sponsors. So we have we're in the thousands of viewers who watch our podcast. So if you are interested in sponsoring our show, it doesn't need to take much as of right now.
Yeah.
Again, you can jump on the wagon and take this ride.
Play the food.
Play the food. Pay for the beer. There's some T-shirts and a couple
$2.
T-shirts. T-shirts and some beer. But again, we will.
You got a costume company? We'll wear your costume.
Yeah.
Well, look, it's awesome. Guys, thanks for having
me
again. Appreciate it again. It's been a great experience.